Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am giving an extended test to the Koppla Gator. I usually don't do two videos on one thing, but this is actually pretty cool, so I figured I'd do a second one. This is a full-size moped slash scooter kind of thing. It's a 60-volt battery and a 2,000-watt motor in the rear. It peaks at 5 and they give you the peak spec on their website, so they say it's a 5,000 peak motor. And today I'm gonna get this thing on the road and see how much range I actually get. They estimate it does 70 miles per charge. And today we're gonna figure out if that's true or not. But yeah, Koppla did get a little bit triggered. They emailed me and got a little bit triggered that I called it a Chinese moped. They thought that I was using the word Chinese to brand it in a bad light, where it's not a bad light, it's just Chinese. That's what it is. But they said they did get a lot of interest in it since that last video, so they retracted their anger. And so today, I'm gonna tell you yay or nay. They gave me a little bit of snark over email, so if it sucks, it sucks. If it's really good, it's really good. Anyway, thank you guys for your patience, by the way, on this video. I mean, it's been a long time since I've uploaded it, and then there have been a lot of things on my plate that have been taking all my time. So thank you guys for your patience and for waiting. Last video, you guys saw that we had an air valve leak on the rear wheel, so it wasn't allowing me to air up the tire and it wouldn't hold air. The next day it was completely flat. But I fixed that with a simple tire valve stem core adjustment tool that Lord Kurt had. And last video I got a few comments like, man, you could have just fixed that in a couple minutes and then you wouldn't have to complain about it the whole video. But I didn't have that tool, and I'm not a valve core specialist. I don't fix air valves full time, so but if you guys know me at all, you guys know my schedule is just one thing after another. So it's like, if I have 2 hours to do an unboxing video and I don't have the tools to fix that, then it's like, well, it's gonna be in the video. Like, it shouldn't have come with problems straight out of the box anyway. So that's why most of the time, if there's something wrong out of the box with a bike that I get, I just leave it in the video. I don't have time to fix all that stuff and pretend like it never happened. I show you guys exactly how it comes out of the box. So if it has a problem with the tire right out of the box, that's how I'm gonna ride it. But let me show you guys how I fixed that, and then we'll get this thing on the road and see if the specs are true or if they are not. But first, let's take a second out to thank today's video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions of people come together to take the next step in their creative journey. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creatives and curious people on topics including illustration design, photography, video, freelancing, entrepreneurship, which is a big one for me, and a lot more than that. They have a lot of topics of which I have personally watched. I actually used Skillshare a lot before they even hit me up today. And I was taking classes on photography, video production, entrepreneurship, and a lot of other ones, and they offer a lot more classes than even that. Skillshare classes include a combination of video lessons and a class project. Skillshare has classes to fit your schedule and skill level. Members get unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes with hands-on projects and feedback from a community of millions of others. And most classes are under 60 minutes, and literally everybody can benefit from Skillshare, whether you're just starting out in something or you've been doing it for a long time. And because Skillshare is sponsoring this video today, you guys are getting hooked up. The first 1,000 of you guys to go click on that link in the description are gonna get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare to start your creative journey today, or just go check out something you've been interested in for a while. So go ahead and click that link in the description. You guys will not be disappointed. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video, but let's get back to it. So last video I actually wrapped a bunch of thread seal tape on here just because the valve core seems to be leaking, and with this tape I could actually cap it and retain some of the air. Obviously it wasn't a permanent fix because you guys can see it's still flat. So Lord Kurt had one of these little valve core tools, and so we're gonna give it a shot. I don't know how to use it, but I'm gonna just give it a shot. And you guys can hear, still shooting air pretty good out there. How about that? I think that fixed it right there. That sounds a lot better already. Thank you, Lord Kurt, for the tool. And as you guys can't see anymore, it's 22 PSI, and that's what it said on the tire, so that's what I'm going with. All right, so there you guys have it, about 25 PSI. It says 22 cold, but I think it'll be okay. right, the time has come. Let's get this bad boy on the road and see if we get 70 miles of range or not. And the battery is 100% topped off, so let's see if we even get a higher top speed than we did last time. We got 44 miles per hour last time I tested this. The battery was reading full, but it may not have been at 100%. And this test kind of is pointless because you're never gonna roll at 100% all the time. So whatever miles per hour we got last time was a fair estimate of its actual top speed. But anyway, let's get this thing on the road and see what we get. Apparently that's how you turn on the headlight. I was wondering for so long. I was like holding down these buttons and there you go, high beam, low beam. How about that? Also, one thing I realized I never did show you guys, and have never done actually, I've never done this, is take the seat off. Wow, okay. That, I will say that's actually a pretty substantial battery pack. Battery access, how about that? Definitely feels a lot better now that the rear tire has some air in it. As always, first impressions are this thing is fun. It's not insanely fast, but it's just kind of different, dude. It's like, it's huge. And so like, it feels like you're just sitting in like some comfortable chair, just kind of wafting your way down the road. You can hear that this thing does have regen on braking, it seems. I'm just gonna take this down. It says it's a 40 mile per hour speed limit. Let's see what I can get for the top speed now. We're at 43. I'm gonna reduce my drag coefficient here. 44, okay. Yeah, I think that's about all we're gonna get. I do have to still GPS this to see if 44 is a real top speed or not. I'm gonna just pull over right here, reset everything. All right, and we are tracking. Let's see what we get. Hopefully these guys hit over 40. That's actually a concern on this thing, is it's quick enough in town to where traffic might irritate you, but it's not fast enough to where it's like if you're on a 50 mile per hour road, you're almost slowing down all the traffic, you know. But I mean, just for everyday normal commuting, this thing seems pretty decent. All right, reduce that drag coefficient. It handles bumps decently well. It's nothing spectacular, but I don't feel sketched out by any of the bumps. I just hit some pretty large like manholes. All right, we're at 44. Now I'm gonna pull over quick like and then see if that was a police officer. Honestly, as far as law enforcement goes on this thing, he didn't seem to mind. I believe that was a highway patrol. It looked like one that would pull you over for a speeding ticket or something. But yeah, these things are not DOT approved, so they are not plated, but they are being sold. So I think they classify as like a moped. I don't know how those really classify themselves, but I did watch somebody else who a cop pulled over his riding buddy on a motorcycle. He had an electric like Suron type bike, and the cop just said to keep his Suron in the bike lane. So I'm sure that's, yeah, how about that? 44 mile per hour max speed. Let's see if we can beat it. I'm just gonna leave it there, 44.0 miles per hour. But it's good to know that we can trust the speedometer to be reading accurately. All right, full throttle, let's get this thing. Like, get as much tuck as I possibly can. I feel so weird. And I got a bug in my eye. This is a good combination. All right, we're 43, 44. See if we can hit that 45. Get real tucked here. Yeah, I think that's, oh, 45. Yeah, boy. I wonder if they classify this as like an off-road scooter. Probably don't, but I'm gonna figure it out. Yep, nope, it's not an off-road scooter. I feel like this closed prematurely. It says 44.4. But whatever, close enough. We'll just say 45 miles per hour. Because I feel like at some point you can get that extra 0.6. If I just like tucked a little bit more, took off a heavy jacket, took off my shoes. Now that that's out of the way, let's get the full range. I'm just gonna start riding this thing and see how far it takes me. Definitely corners a lot smoother with the tires aired up. All right, where do I wanna go? This is exciting. Where do I wanna go?
Also, as I'm riding, I mentioned it before, but I might as well say it again. I am doing more of a stress test on this. I am full throttle, all out, all the time, as often as I can. I feel like I should zip up my jacket because if I were to wipe out, I feel like that would be something I'd want to have zipped up. I'm going faster than traffic on this road. Well, this isn't a good sign. We've only gone like 7 miles and it's on the last bar. I hope the Koppla team didn't have some kind of a miscommunication in their boardroom or something. Like, hey man, how much range did that thing get so we can put it on the website? And the guy said 17 and he thought he said 70. Oh, wow. But now it's full again, so we shall see. We shall see. But we've only gone like 7 miles or something. I highly doubt we're going to get 10 times that if we're already down to the last bar. I got a biker wave from an adventure bike. How about that? And I'm already reading the angry email in my head that they're going to send me. Like, oh, we sent that to you to make it look good. And here you are showing that it only gets 11 miles. And we said 70. We are very disappointed in your last video. You didn't make it look like it was worth $4,000. I pretty much just beat a Challenger off the line, if you guys saw that. Look at this, guys. We got a huge honor of having Lord Kurt be able to test this thing out.
It would take some getting used to. It doesn't turn quite like a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's super long and small tires.
It didn't feel weird. It didn't feel bad. It just felt maybe weird.
So that is the Koppla Gator moped. Overall, I really like it. The build quality is spot on. Really good feeling scooter slash moped to ride around. Really comfortable ride. Kind of cool. A lot of people are actually looking at it. I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. When I'm riding around, there's a lot of people just turning heads kind of thing. But it is actually kind of swaggy. Like, it's actually kind of grown on me. Coming from a sport bike world, all about looking good, you know? So maybe that says something, maybe it doesn't. I am a little bit disappointed that we only got 30 miles to the charge when they estimated a 70-mile range. 30 miles is still a good distance, but it's not 70. It's enough to commute around town. I can go all the way across our city and all the way back if I wanted to on one charge. So I feel like 45 miles per hour, 30 miles of range, and just the overall build quality and style. I got people breaking their necks all the time looking at this thing. I feel like for all those things, this is justified for around $3,500 or so. $4,000 I think was just a little bit too much. So I think as competition of these models starts to build and costs start coming down for actually manufacturing them, I think these are still going to keep decreasing in price. They won't go too low because, again, it's a good build quality. So if you keep going too low in price, you're just cutting corners on these, getting lower end parts for it. As far as it being registered and riding on the roads, I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I did pass a lot of police officers yesterday as I was riding it, and they didn't seem like they cared. And I was riding on the streets next to them. So I feel like at this point, these are kind of just under the radar type things that you could ride around, commute on, and not get in trouble for it, I don't think. And so that's pretty much it. We got 45-ish miles per hour top speed, we got 30-mile range, and we got a lot of broken necks, people trying to look at us when we're flying by at 45 miles per hour. So that's pretty much it. Koppla Gator, everybody. I will leave a link in the description below if you guys want to check it out more. So be sure to smash that like button, and we'll catch you guys next time.